So they positioned people around me who'd act funny. They know I was on edge already, so they'll have someone run past me when I would go to take out the garbage at night. Or they'll walk past and give strange hand signals and body language. They would clutch at their chest, for example, and stand outside my house and pray. They would have random people bow at me. They would walk over and start yelling at their strange things at their dog, as though subliminally trying to command me to be on edge. And it went on, all types of these games with the cars, and it all existed to disturb my mind. And I realized that sooner or later they got tired of these games when I wasn't letting them control the scene. I mean, I was getting aggressive back towards them, so they finally decided to pay my family to write me off, and when that didn't work, they got interested again, and then they broke out some other toys, such as these holograms. One which I've already reported, it looked like the Academy Award winner statue. It's gold, and it kind of shimmers and sort of hobbles in place. I've seen some really sophisticated holograms, but they usually have to have a base to them. But this one, obviously they had to hide the base and project this sort of hologram, so it wasn't as good as the ones that these holograms you could see with the base, or they could recreate them in studios. Still, it looks like some weird gold glowing guy shuffling in the middle of the street. He doesn't really move other than shuffle in place and kind of move in place. It doesn't move. And maybe that freaked a lot of other people out, but I'm not a lot of people, and so I decided to approach it, and that's when it faded out, and it looked like some sort of projection. A few days later, while I was taking a walk around the block, they positioned 3 more operatives. They're about 20 years old, and they were about a quarter mile down from me when I was taking a walk around the block. So 2 agents stood on either side, 2 males, looking at a female, and they had the hologram look like a shimmering illusion in front of her. And as I walked closer, it faded, and they began to walk toward me, staring at me. And they walked past, going the other direction. So this is some examples of some of the crazy actions that I had to deal with by the United States government. As they intermittently hit our household with EMF weapons and harassed me and my immediate family. So it was like a power struggle. Who was going to break? And if it meant I died, so be it. These were killers I was up against. And finally they stopped their nonsense, at least for a while, when that freaking UFO appeared hovering outside the house, and it stayed for a few hours every night for about 2 or 3 days in a row. And my wife and I took some pictures of it. We're going to try to release those soon. And that night, some of the agents walked out, and we're also kind of observing the UFO, and it seemed to surprise them, and they had to verify this on the phone. And they were all very somber and solemn. Like I said, it stayed for about 2 or 3 days. It would show up at night and stay for a few hours. And this turned out not to be a friendly sight, and things got a hell of a lot worse.